Before we get into the meat of a very, very special moment for Complete College America, the first time we've ever done any awards of any kind, I want to sort of do a commercial, give you a little instruction. If you remember a year ago, we put some folks on stage representing Dextera. Dextera was that middleware solution that you can buy different software applications and plug them all in, and they'll all talk to one another, and they'll talk to your SIS, etc. Well, that's become a reality. They're not in the competition. They shouldn't be because they don't do that kind of work. But if you're interested in how to make all this work and talk to the other stuff on your campus, you can go to their breakout session that will be held today, Dextera. GPS Direct. A year ago, we told you that it was going to be our goal to give you some help. Clearly, structure increases velocity. Sarah made a great presentation about that this morning. But we've been hearing more and more around the country is, we get, Tom, that technology can accelerate the change, that it makes default degree maps possible. It's very difficult to do without it. We get it, we get it, we get it. We don't know what to buy. Can CCA give us some advice? Can CCA point us in a direction that at least nudges us to interview some of these software companies that are making wonderful claims about what they can do? And of course, we know that some of the big boys and girls like to promise they can do everything if you're willing to keep adding on to their system. So we're looking for something effective, affordable, that accomplishes some very, very tough goals. So we decided the best way to do that is to establish an award program. And in this first year, we had some pretty tough standards. So the sequence of events was, once we decided to do this, I had to recruit a great group of people to help me. Technologists, higher education experts, and they are arrayed on the stage behind me. You probably recognize many of their faces. I don't have the time to introduce them all, but I will give special recognition to Jason Elwood, our lead technologist and chief consultant on this, who did a spectacular job of leading through these evaluations. We established in this first year that the standards would be focused on the backbone of GPS Direct, which of course are degree maps, making sure that those pathways can be default scheduled, automatically scheduled by students, so the maps are loaded, preloaded in the software, and they say, yes, that's for me. If they've got a better idea, they come see the faculty or the advisors. There has to be easy integration between registration and software, and these mechanisms of ongoing monitoring and reporting on students to make sure they're on track is also an essential component. That's just the year one standard. It's our intention at CCA to keep ramping up the standard. Next year's awards are going to be harder to earn than this year, okay? Because we want to push software companies to be more responsive to you and to be more comprehensive in the support they provide students. And I know that we're off to a great start. So we threw that out there, and we were delighted that there were 9 companies who felt like at this point they could meet these rigorous standards on degree maps. And so when we did these evaluations, and dozens, we scoured their software, we looked at their demonstrations, we interviewed them extensively, we did dozens of reference checks with folks like you. They're satisfied customers, and in most cases, very few dissatisfied customers, I think. They held up under our scrutiny. And so you can have confidence that these awards matter. But something else we discovered when we did the work was there really were 2 kinds of companies. They're not better than one another. They're just different. There are companies that are new to the scene. One of the great things that was discovered is there's a lot more activity out there than I thought, and it's moving very, very quickly to give you what you need to do GPS. But some of them don't have as many implementations as others. And yet we didn't think it was right to say, well, even though your software, your application, your system is so remarkable and meets all the standards, sorry, because you don't have 24 implementations, you can't compete, you can't get an award. So instead we created 2 categories of awards: emerging technology and the full seal of approval. The only difference between those 2, ladies and gentlemen, are the number of implementations, okay? This does not suggest for a moment that they met different standards. All four of these companies who won, ultimately, met the standards completely. We're just simply signaling to you that some have more satisfied customers than others. Okay, so you can keep that in mind. But the bottom line is this. After you hear these companies' names, I hope you make 4 phone calls when you're thinking about evaluating GPS software. 4 phone calls, not just 2, to fully evaluate the possibilities. So let's get on with it and announce our first award winner in the emerging technology category. Please welcome to the stage EduNav.
I'm honored to accept this award on behalf of EduNav today. I'm joined by 2 of our early partners that have been really critical to our success through their vision, their support, their guidance. We have Susan Powers from Indiana State University here and Denise Sweat from Foothill College. And with that, I would love to turn it over to Denise, our first development partner as part of this product.
I'll give you the award, then you can hand it to them. How about that? There you go.
It's yours. I'm Denise Sweat. I'm the Vice President of Student Services at Foothill College, and that's the Foothill De Anza Community College District right in the heart of Silicon Valley. You probably know Martha Cantor, who used to be our chancellor and went on to be the Undersecretary of Education. Foothill's been offering online classes since 1994 when we developed our own etudes program, and we currently, with our 12,000 students, have 32% of our students taking 100% online classes and 68% taking at least 1 online class. And we offer 98% of our services online, which accreditation requires if you're offering online classes. Quick warning there for your next visit. The only thing we haven't been able to offer online is health services. I haven't been able to figure out how to take blood online or do a TB test online, but I'm working on it. We actually are starting this quarter psych counseling groups online. So you do have to offer that. So being in the heart of Silicon Valley, almost every week I get a new company, a new little startup coming in going, Denise, we've got the change. We're going to fix everything in higher education. 100% of your students are going to graduate next June. And I go, yeah. EduNav came through my door, and it took the founder of EduNav, Isaac Siegel, about 3 weeks to even get an appointment with me to come in. The minute he came in and I saw what they were doing, it's a game changer. It's a game changer, trust me. It is a very different software than you've ever seen before. It's for our Gen Z and millennials, not us older people, our baby boomers like me, who my 12-year-old knows more about technology than I do. But this is a start-to-finish career pathway program that loads the student into the classes, gives them the options of what they can take, and gets them through the program on a career pathway, on a certificate program, degree program, but it doesn't stop at your community college. It takes them to the transfer option for California, that's our assist.org. For the CSU system, it takes them to iGetsy, to the UC system. It gives them a return on investment. It tells them what jobs are available, what careers they can do with what they're majoring in. It has all of it in one place. And then, one of the best secrets is the back end, enrollment management. It projects out what classes your deans need to schedule for those students and when. Get it? My deans are thrilled. The students are thrilled. We've been piloting for a year. Isaac and his team had probably been saying we've been torturing them for a year to get it exactly the way we want it and what we want, and they have taken everything into consideration. I listened to this group up here talking about, 15 to finish and getting back to those counselors or the academic advisors to make sure they're getting the 15 to finish. We only have 28 counselors for 14,000 students. I want EduNav to be the one that's guiding those students. They want the technology. They're online at 1 in the morning setting up their classes when we're all asleep. So you want that technology available to them 24/7 on demand to do it when they want it. Take a look. I think they're demoing today at 11:45. It's a game changer, and this is from someone who doesn't believe anything's a game changer, okay?
Excellent.
Thank you.
Susan, could you possibly add anything to that? I'm not sure. I think that, I'd give it to her for free now, the software. I think, so well done. Thank you, EduNav. I want you to take your award, and Susan, we'll talk to you on the panel if you don't mind, okay? Thank you. Yes, I'm glad they pointed out, all of the software companies are receiving awards today have breakout sessions. So you can go watch demonstrations of what they're doing. Now, we only have 1 round of breakout sessions today, so you have to divide your team up and visit multiple sessions at one time and then compare notes later. Okay, we're ready for our next award winner. Full Measure Education, please come on up. This one, folks, if you saw the giant iPhone out there, a cell phone, these are the folks who do it on a smartphone. Very impressive technology. Congratulations.
Well, I'd like to say that EduNav stole my move. I also brought a partner institution with us to speak on our behalf. My name is Greg Davies. I'd like to thank the panel and the organization. I think for us at Full Measure, we're big believers that technology doesn't have fixed additive effects. There's an adage that it amplifies your capabilities in the direction of your intentions. And so for me, the big benefit of this award is being here to listen to and talk to the people that are making this happen. And we're just honored to be a part of enabling the amplification of your work. I'd like to introduce Susan Burrow, who's the president of Central Alabama Community College, one of the first customers of Full Measure Education, so she can talk a little bit about the impact we're having there. Thank you.
Thank you. I'm excited to be here today to tell you our story briefly, and I know it's very brief, but the fact that Full Measure is recognized with this award indicates they've checked every box. They've met every initiative. And for us, we're a small, rural Alabama community college. We serve a very diverse population. Many of our students have no access to broadband. The only device a student has is a mobile phone. This company in particular can deliver all of those items on the checklist to win this award in a mobile app platform. And it has revolutionized what we do. It allows us to take that career pathway directly to the student. It's built off data, real-time data regarding jobs that are available within a 100-mile radius of our particular institution, which is very unique. And in Alabama, we're fortunate. We've done one thing extraordinarily right. We've created a guaranteed transfer program between community colleges and public universities. And this revolutionizes that, because it allows us to reach those students before they enroll. It serves as the enrollment funnel for us. It helps to guide our planning for course planning. We looked at that today. We can speculate and project the number of courses that are out there and where those students fall. It's a huge component of our student success program, and it's a very unique relationship. Integration has been fabulous. They were very brave souls to take us on because we knew we were going to have a SIS change midstream, yet no hiccup. Things are moving perfectly. I would highly recommend the product. It's been a boon for our students. For our dualistic advising model, we have faculty advising and student support coach services. Wonderful. Everyone can see it from every angle, but most importantly, it drives student success, and the students love it.
Wonderful.
So,
thank you very much. Congratulations again. That powerful testimony reminds me that these products often exceed the standards we require, some by a mile. So at the most basic level, they're providing the degree map support I talked about earlier, but many of them are nudging students toward career paths, giving them information about in real time about labor market needs, et cetera. And so make sure you evaluate them comprehensively. Our next award winner now, we're ready to turn to the Seal of Approval Award, which of course are for companies that meet or exceed the standards and have multiple implementations. So first up, College Source. Congratulations. That's a big one. More implementations, bigger award, I guess. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Congratulations.
Hi, my name's Dale Peters. I'm Vice President of Product Development with College Source, and with me, unfortunately, is not one of our clients, but it is, fortunately, Mindy Afterheide, our VP of Sales and Marketing. We're very honored at College Source to be awarded the Seal of Approval. It's really fits with our core values of helping students graduate and graduate on time. For those of you who may not be familiar with our history, we started in the area of degree achievement at Miami University of Ohio many years ago and working very collaboratively with 2-year schools and 4-year schools over the decades, literally with hundreds of schools. And our academic planning tool is really built on top of our degree audit tools. And it's a core principle of ours to verify every step of the way that the roadmaps, the pathways, that the academic institutions build and also the plans that the students build from that are validated against those graduation requirements at every point. So there's never any doubt that the student is on track to graduate and on track to graduate on time. So even though we've been around for a little while, we don't view this award as an end by any means.
Good.
We view this as really a springboard and a challenge to
Good.
continue to improve our tools and, achieve the goals that we all have of getting our students graduated on time.
Wonderful. Thank you very much, Dale. Congratulations to you guys. That testimony reminds me that the other thing we were looking for in these companies are people really committed to this philosophy. They didn't come in and argue with us about whether guided pathways was a good idea or not. They very much want to be thought partners in the work. And that is so true about our next award winner. When I started conversations with these guys 7 years ago, when we were first getting started, the Education Advisory Board, EAB, really wanted to engage in the research, think deeply, be a thought partner with us. So it did not surprise me at all that they ultimately built a product that was tailor-made to add strength behind GPS. Please welcome to the stage Ed Venett of EAB. Congratulations, EAB.
Hi, everyone. I'm Ed Venett. I'm the Senior Research Director at EAB. If you don't know us, we're a best practices firm in Washington, D.C. We serve over 1,100 colleges and universities across North America, including roughly 500 schools in our technology memberships. As Tom mentioned, everything we do is grounded in best practice research, and our GPS product, and by the way, GPS is a best practice. Our GPS product began its life about 5 years ago as part of a best practice study that we did for our community college research membership. By the way, we don't call our folks clients, we call them members because we believe in a collaborative learning environment, and that extends to our technology products as well. So Navigate, which is a GPS technology, began early on as a study of what you were doing, what the most progressive schools were doing around this problem. Brought that together, realized that there was an opportunity for us here to engage in developing a collaborative technology that could serve all schools, and that became Navigate. We are now, and across the course of that development, we worked very closely with Community College America, who really honed, refined, and dare to say pushed us in certain directions, all of which have been extremely good directions. It's important to note that Navigate isn't just a technology, it's also a consulting and research membership as well. And a lot of the value that our 50-plus members are getting out of this comes not just from the tech improvement, but also some pretty massive process improvements as well. And the schools we work with are seeing enrollment gains as high as 5%. One of those schools is the College of Marin. They're here in the Bay Area. And as part of your work with us, you get a fairly lengthy diagnostic report straight off the bat before the technology is even live. Well, Marin took what we were giving them and essentially blew everything up. And now their intake process and how they serve their students is far more streamlined, and those decisions are being part of really every meeting that they have around how they intake students. So encourage you to come see us at our session later today, and
Yes.
thank you very much.
You bet, Ed. Congratulations again. Thank you.